This is cunning, but it works. One of the most powerful strategies that I've discovered in drawing people to me and making them want to be with me is disqualifying them. What's disqualifying? Well, when I hire people, naturally, when I don't think they belong in our company, I naturally tell them why. I tell them why this is not a good fit. Well, something surprising happens when you do that. They actually start to convince you that you're wrong. They get emotional and they start lowering their standards. They'll say they'll work 6 days, they'll accept less pay, less benefits. Something happens when you tell people why they are not a good fit for you. And this revealed to me a very basic part of human nature. Humans are stubborn. They don't like being told what they can't have. They desire what they can't have. Put yourself in that position by putting a fence over people, consistently looking for reasons why you wouldn't work out with them. For example, let's just say a 40-year-old guy is trying to date a 25-year-old lady. Rather than convince her why he's a perfect match for him, what that older gentleman should do is the following. As he's talking to her, he should tell her how young she is. She's 25 years old. You're so young, you're just a baby. Me and you would never work out. I was 15 before you were born. Something paradoxical happens to women when you do that. It causes them to say, no, I am not. I am mature. It doesn't matter. In fact, they'll start acting mature. They'll start to copy your beliefs. They'll start to dress in a mature way, all in an attempt to prove you wrong. If they manage to succeed in that, now you say how you're too busy to be with them, how it wouldn't work out, how your personality is difficult, how you are a distant person, or maybe how you're too needy and how maybe she wouldn't be ready for something like that. Something amazing happens when you do that. They start to tell you why they're perfect for you. They start to emotionally invest. In fact, when you start to tell them why this wouldn't work out, they feel a pang of pain in their chest. It hurts their ego. They've never heard a man tell them why this wouldn't work out. There's a lot of power in pushing people away. There's a lot of power to playing the father who's trying to tell her daughter not to date that toxic guy. You are being that. This works even better if they're rebellious. Tell a rebellious person why they shouldn't be with you, and all of a sudden they'll start to think of all of the reasons why they should be with you. Insidious indeed. These disqualifying statements also accomplish the following. It'll make you look less eager. It'll make you appear like you have more options because you're pushing someone who is so attractive, something so foreign for them, for someone to be pushing them away. They'll backward rationalize that you must be high value. Why else would you be pushing me away? Most people don't have patience with me. I control most people. Most people want me right now. Why are you pushing me all away? What's behind that facade? People will grow curious about you. They'll sense a magnetic aura radiating from you. It's not natural for people to do this, and as a result, you get an unnatural, positive response. I've seen this turn dynamics around, where you had a relationship with someone and you loved them, but you were tired of their lack of effort, and so you left and you said, this is not going to work out. You don't love me enough. You don't try enough. You don't think hard enough. That jolts them. That wakes them up. In fact, they start to respect you more. In a job, when you quit, when you leave, it's when they give you a raise. And you begin to see what I'm talking about. There is power in talking rationally. There is power in making sense. This is nothing manipulative. Sometimes they're not good for you. Sometimes they're too young. Sometimes they're too immature. And we are afraid to say that because we don't want to offend them. Fuck them. Tell them the truth. Reality is something people are running away from. And as a result, they'll start to tell a fantasy about you in their heads that is not really you, but that is more attractive than you. They'll fall in love not with you, but with the image they have of you, all because they're rebellious. They don't have to be rebellious for this to work, but it helps if they're rebellious. The strategy works on all. Use it wisely.